All right, so Team USA moves on to the semifinals with a dominant win over Brazil, 122 to 87. So, Trevon, what are your thoughts on the quarterfinal game versus Brazil, and how do you feel about Team USA moving forward?
Yeah, I just feel like this was an expected victory for Team USA. Brazil had a pretty strong showing. One of their best games was against France, but they were just unable to pull it out during the pool play to an extent that would grant them a better matchup in the first round. So obviously, the Team USA was a lot less favorable than any other team because I do believe that Brazil had some strong showings, but USA was just too much for them, especially when you look down the bench and just the ability to have multiple guys who are coming off the bench be the best players on their NBA teams. And a lot of those teams made it to the playoffs. Think about Anthony Edwards, especially. He just seems to be in a whole nother level of confidence and being confident to take on any matchup. I remember the commentators making a joke saying he likes any matchup that he gets, and that's pretty much true. So Ant's gonna go in there and really take advantage of any defender that he sees. He's very big and strong, and you just think about what he did in the playoffs of the for the NBA, and having a guy like that come off the bench, having a guy like Kevin Durant, who is one of the greatest players of all time that we have ever seen. He just became the all-time leader in Olympic scoring, and he's coming off the bench as well, and he's willing to come off the bench. He's okay with that. It could be very easily like to where if Kevin Durant wanted to start and really wanted that to be a part of his time with this specific USA team, it would have been done. He would be in that starting lineup. But I just think it goes to show where everybody's mindset is, and everybody is very much willing to do whatever the team needs so that they can win gold. And they're not just thinking about their individual accomplishments. So I just think that's very dangerous, right? When you have guys that buy in, and then you add on top of that all the talent and just the experience and the championship pedigree that you have all over that roster, and everybody's willing to buy in and take roles that they necessarily wouldn't on their NBA team for one common goal, which is to win that gold medal. So I like their chances. Matching up against Serbia again is not going to be easy. However, it's hard to beat a team multiple times, especially a team that is honestly one of the best in the world. Serbia came up short in the World Cup. Serbia beat Canada to go to the gold game, and they lost to Germany and ended up going with silver. So this is one of the best teams in the world, and they accomplished that without Jokic on the team. So I think USA is going to have to bring that same level of championship intensity. I think they're going to have to get off to a way better start both games against Serbia. I think that they came out very lackadaisical, and Serbia played very hard, and that's how they got going. And over the course of the games, they were able to weather the storm and grow a lead. But you never know. A team like that could stay hot, especially in a single elimination situation like this. You don't want to give them that confidence. You want to shut them out early. So I'm expecting Team USA to come out with a lot more intent and intensity, and to really take this team serious and have get off to a better start and eventually win. So I'm liking what they're at right now. I think they've improved every game, even going back to the exhibition games. They haven't had a lot of time together. Even now, if you think about it, I don't even think it's been a month yet. So I like the progress that they've shown so far.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed watching Team USA over these past weeks. It's really fun to see how they have come together as a team. Defensively, they've been great throughout their whole time being together. I mean, just the versatility that they have, the amount of players that they can throw at different teams across these different countries, and the size, the length, the athleticism that they have on the defensive end. It's just been really fun to watch, and they've been great on that end of the floor. They've been the best defensive team, I believe, in the Olympics. If you look at the stats, at least in the half court, they've been the best defensive team. The teamwork and how they are connected on that side of the floor, you can see it in the rotations, you can see it in the ball pressure, you can see it in the rim protection that they have. and the different lineups they can throw out there is really cool to watch. Even players like Steph Curry, Devin Booker, or players like that that aren't necessarily known on their NBA team for playing a whole bunch of defense. But even on this Olympic team, you can just see the amount of intensity that they put in on the defensive end. Devin Booker guarding people full court, getting over screens, Steph Curry and help defense. And you can just see the amount of attention to detail that they have on that end of the floor. And offensively, I think that the Brazil game, it was the best that they played offensively, in my opinion, as a unit. All together, the ball movement was great. The dribble penetration, kicking out to shooters was great. The the cohesiveness on that end of the floor. I think that they're figuring it out how to play with each other, who's going to be in specific roles. You know, obviously Steph Curry is going to be running off of screens, and so that is going to force other teams to put their best trail defender running around screens alongside Steph Curry to try and prevent him from getting open. So that opens it up for other people. You can see Devin Booker taking on that role of the player that knocks down spot up shots in that starting lineup, and LeBron being the point guard, figuring out how to run that starting lineup. And then you have Kevin Durant and Anthony Edwards coming off the bench in that second unit, being the go-to scorers for that second unit with Anthony Davis and Bam playing off of them, and Derek White fitting in so well. Drew Holiday, same with him. So it's just been fun watching this team come together on the offensive end. Defensively, they are great and they've been great and they've shown why they are one of the best defensive teams in the Olympics. But offensively, it's just starting to really come together. Even Joel Embiid getting off to a really good start at the beginning of the Brazil game, knocking down the 3-point shots. He's kind of figuring out where he can add to this team because Anthony Davis and Bam aren't really above the break shooters like Joel Embiid is. So Joel Embiid adds the ability to have a big that can step out above the break and knock down 3-point shots. So it's just beautiful to watch this team come together and play great basketball.